So it's come to this. Sega and Sonic Team have officially canonized Original the Character, Do Not Steal. The jokes just write themselves, do they? DeviantArt forces, Fur Affinity forces, every sort of fucking OC forces you can possibly imagine has now been made a possibility because of Sonic Force's latest reveal, where the third playable character is your creation. It's a custom character. You can make whatever sort of Sonic the Hedgehog-like creature you can imagine. A fox, a cat, a bunny. And now the tagline for the game makes sense. Join the resistance. They're talking to you directly, as in make your own avatar and join Sonic and Classic Sonic in their venture to stop Eggman's latest scheme. Alright, well, it makes sense, but... And it gives me a reason to finally talk about the game, I suppose. You know, a couple of you guys and gals were always curious as to why I wasn't as vocal for Sonic Forces, even after its name reveal and all that sort of shit, despite being announced around the same time as Sonic Mania. And it was because, initially, Sonic Forces, or at that time, what I known it as Sonic Generations 2, didn't give me much to go for. Besides the setting in the what looked to be post-apocalyptic setting, yeah, sorry, like, my vocabulary is pretty limited, even more than usual, because I've been up for quite a while, and there's a lot of shit in my mind that's distracting me from it at the moment. Anyway, and as information slowly trickled through Sega and Sonic Team, there were a few things I found legitimately promising about the game, which one of the biggest one being the return of the Generations formula, which was, you know, classic Sonic in 2D action, and modern Sonic in 3D boost action from Unleashed, Colors, and Generations, of course. And to see them go back to that after, say, Sonic Lost World, which I thought tripped on its own 2 feet, and, of course, Sonic Boom Rise Alert, that game speaks for itself. It was, to me, a good start to getting 3D Sonic back in action. And after catching a couple of seconds of the gameplay, I liked what I saw. I thought, okay, that's pretty good. But there was nothing about Sonic Forces that was wowing me, you know? It wasn't like, oh, you should be fucking excited for this game. And I mean, the formula, yes, that's something I could look forward to, but why should I be super fucking excited for this game? And then later down the road, when they revealed, like, Green Hill again for Classic Sonic, and only now it has, like, sand falls instead of waterfalls, I was like, no, this is, you know, I'm gonna get the game, of course, but it's like, I'm gonna get the game. And that's not the way I want to feel for a Sonic game. Unlike Sonic Mania, which is like, oh my god, I can't wait to get that game. And this is why, honest to God, I didn't feel the need to make small reactionary vids to, like, Green Hill is once again in Classic Sonic, or, you know, Modern Sonic is returned in the Boost formula, because, yeah, I mean, those should be in the game to start, because that's a working formula, and I'm glad Sonic and, I'm glad Sega and Sonic Team. I was gonna say Sega Team and Sonic. It's like, it sorts two up together. I'm glad that they recognize that, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, to go back to what worked. However, this is entirely different because of what the sort of creative freedom Sonic Team is giving the fans for this game, and I can't tell if it's going to hilariously blow up in their faces or it's a honest to God brilliant move on their part. It's kind of, in a way, Sonic Team's answer to Super Mario Maker, where in that game gave the player creative control over level design. Sega is giving creative control for character design, and there is already a basis for that. Again, there's a lot of reasons why everyone's already poking fun about this, about Original the Character, DeviantArt forces. This is because everyone and their grandmother, young and old, Sonic fans have, one point or their lives, made an OC, an original character of their own. Either they drew a concept of it, like a little shitty doodle, and maybe commissioned an artist to make it like a full-blown work of art. It's all then and there. It's flooded. You can't possibly avoid that kind of shit. You have seen one, most likely or not, in your time on the internet. So for Sonic Team and Sega to make that a marketing force, to make that a reason to buy the game, it's honestly, I think that's a genius move. Because kids are gonna jump all over that shit, and who are Sonic Team marketing towards? Most importantly, the people that keep buying Sonic games, regardless of the quality, is kids. They're gonna eat that shit up. So, yeah, I'm gonna make fun of this relentlessly until the game comes out. I'll poke fun at it as many times as I want when I get to reviewing the game eventually. But this shit is probably gonna put Sonic Forces on the map, just in terms of like retail value and marketing. It's brilliant. It is such a smart move on their part to make that something you can do with a 3D Sonic game, a new 3D Sonic game. Make your own character. Now, just to be really brief on the gameplay elements, I don't exactly know what they're trying to emulate with it. It didn't look adventure to me. It just looked like a combination of classic and modern Sonic. I didn't see the character boost. I did see a flamethrower, and I saw a grappling hook, and I saw the burst twist from the DS version of Sonic Colors make a return. So maybe this character can use power-ups that classic and modern Sonic cannot, so I guess that's one way to make them different, but I still don't have a knock on main gameplay. Is it adventure? Is it classic? Is it boost? Who knows? Even with the gameplay format, I feel that's not really clear. But regardless, this is definitely going to give people something to talk about for Sonic Forces. I wouldn't be surprised next 2 or 3 days social media is going to blow up all over this feature because of, you know, the jokes, how they write themselves and all that sort of shit. People are going to have a field day with this one. And hey, I'm no different. I'm adding to that pile, making a video about it because this would definitely set Sonic Forces apart from the rest. But whether or not that remains to be seen as a good thing, just like gameplay-wise, we'll have to wait and see. Like, I honestly gotta think the concept, the idea alone is enough to get kids and people to buy this game. But execution's another thing, and that's where I come in, where I will review the game this holiday season. So, I mean, let's just sit back, grab a drink, get a bucket of popcorn, and see where this leads, because, yeah. Thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic night, and take care.